Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mindful Monday. The last week we talked about what goes in must come out, and what we talked about was basically the outside influences in our lives from music and movies and TV shows, what we're reading, what we're measuring up on social media, all of those different thoughts and feelings that we allow that are created from what we allow in our circle, in our minds, what we're allowing to we're allowing access into our minds, and then we sort of we think about them, we process them, whether we're aware or unaware. We also talked about the subliminal messaging behind all of it, and the effects when we are unaware in our subconscious and how it impacts us. If you've missed it, I recommend that you go back and have a listen and see how you can apply it to your life. So we're going to take it a step further today, because there is another factor that really connects with what we talked about, and that is the people that influence us. So, who is in your life? Who is in your circle that is impacting you? Because the reality is that the friends that we choose, the people that are our mentors, the people that we choose to that we choose to allow to speak into our lives, that we trust, that we interact with, these people are all influencing our lives in some way or another. And sometimes if we are stuck in a place where we feel like we're not growing, we're unhappy, we don't feel supported, we feel lonely, it's a moment that we need to take to stop and look at who is around me, and do I have the people around me to support me in the way that I need? Am I maximizing the relationships around me? Do I maybe need different people around me that I don't have already? Am I not cultivating those relationships? Because they are going to impact who you are as a person. So I know that this is something that we talk a lot about to our kids, right? Like we teach them how to choose friends wisely. We want friends in their lives that are going to impact them in a positive way, or we want our child to be that kind of friend that can impact others in a positive way. And it doesn't stop when we're adults. It doesn't stop when we're parents. We are still impacted by the people that we choose to do life with. So I'm just looking at my notes here because I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Something that can really hinder us from having developing friendships is well, there are a couple of things, but expectations is the main thing in most of the areas of our lives that is going to impact what kind of friendships we have. So if we have friends in our lives, let's say we have friends in our lives or people in our lives that we haven't built relationships with, perhaps we are waiting for them to reach out to us. If our expectation is, I'm going to sit here and the right people are going to find me, and I can't wait for for certain people to find me and have these kinds of friends. I hate to break it to you, because here's another truth bomb. They're not coming. Like you, everyone is busy, everyone is struggling with something, and many times others might not be practicing as much of self awareness, and they're not really aware that they need to step out. So you might see this awesome person or meet this person and think they would be a great friend, but until you step out and plan a coffee with them, decide to have lunch, I invite them to go shopping with you and your toddler, if you're a stay-at-home mom or you're in that season, invite them to go golfing, guys. I guess no one's really going golfing now, but another sport, let's say. um, you're not going to really be able to cultivate those relationships if we don't take the practical steps to actually create a relationship. Now, of course, this means that they have to respond, and often the fear is rejection. What if they don't like me? What if they say no? Sometimes people say no because their plates are full, and that's okay. We don't need to take it personally. Sometimes maybe they're unsure, and they would prefer something like a coffee before going on a shopping event, or so some kind of event. Maybe they would like something more social. I have found that some of the greatest relationships in my life were built during difficult times. People who showed up up when we were going through difficulties, when I was going through a tough time, and people I've shown up for when they were going through a tough time. We had no connection prior, but because I took an interest in them in that time of their life, all of a sudden they are great friends. I have so much more to talk about this, and I wanted to share one of the keys for friendship, but we are hitting 5 minutes today, so I'm going to leave you with that. Look around you, look at the relationships that you can cultivate and what you can grow, and think, decide who is doing, who's adding to your life, who can add more, and where can you be that person in someone else's life. The next week we'll talk about more about friendship and how we can grow them, and a secret little tip that I found that has really helped me. Have a great week, everyone.